Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm really excited for today's video because today I'm going to be doing a thrift. It's more of like an upcycle with me type of video. I didn't thrift these items. The first one I bought it from Forever 21. The other item belongs to my mom. I'm going to be transforming these two items into clothes that I would actually wear. I'm not a professional, I'm just trying to use my sewing knowledge to create something nice. So the first item I'm going to be transforming is this dress. It's like a black dress. It has a white stripe on the sides. Yeah, it's just a very basic dress. It has a collar and buttons. I haven't worn it in like 2 years. This first flip is actually very easy. I'm just going to be cropping the dress and then I'm going to hem it, and that's literally all. The remaining of the fabric is not enough for me to make a skirt. I think it would be way too short, but I'll figure it out. I actually put on the dress so that I can figure out where I want to crop it and mark. I don't want it to be like too cropped. I want to be somewhere like around here. Let me get my chalk. That's basically the look I'm going for. So here I just kind of like laid the top dress on the table, bed, whatever, and I used my chalk to mark like how like long I wanted the top to be. I kind of increased it a little bit after because I needed to hem it, but I didn't realize at first. So I just used my chalk on my ruler to draw a line. Then I used my scissors to kind of like cut off the excess fabric so it's easier for me to sew it. And then I got my pins, and then I just used that to like fast hold the, sorry guys, I don't do voiceovers, to like keep the hem in place. Sewing machine is Butterfly JH81 whatever. It's not like the fanciest, it gets the job done. Guys, so I'm actually done. I redid this stitch like 4 times, but I didn't show you guys. I'm going to try it on now so you guys can see how it looks. Guys, so this is how it looks. It actually turned out so good. It doesn't sit down perfectly on my body because of the stretch. Guys, I don't know what to do with the rest of the fabric because it's way too short for me to make a skirt. So I think, okay, I have a vision. Guys, I'm going to make a tube top. So the tube top is going to have the white line in the center. So I just lay down the top on the, well, the fabric on the table bed, sorry. So I used my chalk and measuring tape to kind of like measure 3 inches in so that it would like, you know, not be too wide and like too big on my body. So I just drew a line on both sides and I, you know, marked it with the chalk so that I would know where to sew. In this clip I'm actually hemming the top of the top, if that makes sense, because you know I didn't want it to fray basically. And then I'm just showing you, nobody asked. And then now I used like I sewed, sorry guys, this is so hard for me. I sewed on the yellow line and everything so that it wouldn't be too big, and then I just cut off the excess fabric so it wouldn't be bulky on the sides. The camera is kind of slanted, but it's looking cute already. But I think I want to add straps. That would really like change things. So for the straps, I just cut 2 strips of fabric of equal length, and then I used my chalk to kind of like measure a line of how wide I wanted it to be, and I just like sewed down on that line. So in this clip I'm just sewing it down on that line like I just said. I'm really bad at voiceovers, I keep apologizing. So then I cut off the excess fabric so that it would like, you know, sit like flat on my body, and then I just like made a mark on the top, and then I attached the straps to the top. So guys, I'm done with the top. So guys, this is how the top turned out. Hi guys, so it's the next day, so I'm going to be doing the second flip today, and the second flip is a lot more complex than the last one. Second flip, I'm going to be transforming this top. Now this top belonged to my mom. It's like mustard yellow top. The material is quite stretchy and the fabric has like this nice detailing, so that's really cute. So the vision for this one is that I saw a top on Princess Polly the other day and it was like really cute. I felt like it would be very easy for me to kind of like, you know, make it from there. I don't know if you guys see what I'm saying. To make straps from the sleeves because they're really long. I'm excited to see how it turns out. So and at the top I plan to thread an elastic inside So I think that would be enough. So I'm just going to use my chalk to make a mark right there. So basically, back with the voiceovers, I just cut off the sleeves of the dress so that I would it would be easier to work with at a time, and then I sliced the top open basically so I could use like 1/2 of fabric at a time, and then I just measured like my width, and then I just used that like as a guide for how wide I needed the top to be. So I just marked it right there, and I left a little bit of like space for like seam allowance. So for like the top where I wanted to put the elastic, I just like folded it a little bit, and then I got my pins, and then I used that to kind of like hold the fold in place so that I could like easily sew it like very neatly. And then I just took that to the machine and I just set it to a straight stitch, obviously, and then I sewed it down to make like a little hole to pass the elastic through. So I just got a little bit of elastic, and then I stretched it across my chest to kind of like, you know, get a decent amount to sit on in the top, whatever, and then I sliced like a little hole in it so that I could insert a bobby pin. If you have a safety pin, that's much easier, but I didn't have one at the time, so I used the bobby pin. So I just used that to kind of like push the elastic through the hole that I made. I also made the hole with a seam ripper, but I don't think I recorded that, so I just pushed it through the hole up until I got to the end. So I laid out the back fabric on the surface, and then I put the front piece on top of it so that I could trace it out and kind of like, you know, get a corresponding amount of fabric for the back piece. And then I just used my pins to hold them in place while I cut it out. So here I laid the right side of the back piece to the right side of the front piece, and then I used my pins to attach them together so that I could sew them together. So at this point, I was trying to reduce the length of the top because I didn't want it to be too long. So once I figured out where I wanted it to stop, I used my chalk to mark a line, and then I cut off the excess fabric. Then I took it to the machine to do a hem, but I didn't do a normal hem. I actually did a lettuce hem by stretching the fabric as I sewed along the edges. So for the back piece, I was kind of going for like a pentagonal type of shape. So I just folded the fabric into the shape I wanted it to be, and then I used pins to hold it down in place. So this is my vision for the back. So I want to sew down like this, and then sew down like this. Then I want to put elastic over here the way I did in the front. Then I'm going to attach the straps to there. I don't know if you guys get the vision, but everything is turning out good so far, so I'm really proud of myself. So once it was sewed down, I cut off the excess fabric, and then I got a little bit of elastic to put in that middle part, and I just repeated the same process that I did earlier when I inserted the elastic to the front piece. This is the top part of the front, so I've already done like the back, smoothing it out, so I want to do the same thing to the front. I'm just gonna sew down here really close to the edge. So to make the straps, I got the two sleeves that I cut off earlier, so I just cut them open and I cut out two long strips from them. I used pins to hold down the straps in place while I sewed them, and I just sewed that down and cut off the excess fabric. And then I had two really long strips. It took me a while to kind of like measure how long I needed them to be, but once I attached them to the top, I was done. So I actually forgot to film an outro for this video, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. I had so much fun filming this video, and I'm really proud of how everything turned out. If you would like more videos like this one, comment down below. I have so many ideas I would love to share with you guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all my social media, and I guess I'll see you in my next video. Bye.